Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dixie. Welcome to my daily dose of mompreneur mentoring, where I come to you live to provide you lifestyle tips and to encourage and inspire you to become the fearless female visionary in your own life. And this series of my daily dose, I want to talk to you about a metaphorical phrase. You saw it on the video. I'm asking the question, why do we spend so much time chasing the cow after it got out versus making sure that that barn door is closed in the first place? And so I bet a lot of you are jumping on wondering, like, what is this woman talking about? Cows getting out and chasing them in the barn. And I'm going to explain that to you. This all kind of is a metaphorical saying when it comes to preventative medicine, preventative maintenance. As you guys jump on, please drop a 1 below if you're catching my live. Drop a hashtag replay below if you're catching my replay. So I want to talk about preventative medicine. I feel like it is our duty as moms, as wives, a duty to yourself for us to actually champion preventative medicine versus dealing with this huge, bold, pharmaceutical-based intervention. Because I want you guys to drop a 3 below if you know exactly what I mean about everything is focused around pharmaceutical-based intervention. It's all about, we have all these issues and then pharmaceuticals come in, and pharmaceuticals is supposed to be the fix for it or the solution for it, when realistically, we have full control to be the champion of preventative medicine. So as you're jumping on, let me know that you're on here. It looks like I have Michelle. I've got 2 Michelles on here. Thank you for jumping on. Geoff is on here. I hope I pronounced your name right. So let's get into this. When we're talking about preventative medicine, preventative maintenance, this is a very wide topic, but I want to really break it down into something very specific. And this is talking about inflammation. Talking about inflammation in the body, in the joints, in our brain, inflammation in our gut. And so I'm going to bring some tips on. I'm going to give you guys some tips about things that you can do to help with inflammatory in the body, that in turn can help you with having a healthier lifestyle. But I wanted to give you guys some really cool terms real quick. Did you know that, did you know that inflammation is actually a Latin term? And what this stands for is inflammare. It's a Latin term, and if you look up what inflammare actually means in Latin, it means like to kindle or set on fire. So think about inflammation in the body, Latin inflammare, to kindle or to set on fire. Everybody has a certain level of inflammation. Some of us have such a low level that we don't experience any side effects from it. Other people have all these other different types of medical illnesses and diseases that all stem from inflammation. So you got to think of this. Inflammation is like inflamed flesh burning. Think about that in your body. Inflamed flesh burning. I want you to drop a fire below if you find that disturbing. I'm going to give you guys some examples of inflammation. Some of it can be as easy as a bug bite. A lot of times when we get a bug bite, our skin turns red. It becomes swollen. Katie, oh, thank you, hon. I appreciate you. Such great compliments, hon. Thanks for jumping on and watching as well. So inflammation, you guys, a bug bite, that can that can leave your skin red. It can leave it swelling. What about when you get a sore throat? Who here has kids? We've all had kids. They always get sore throats. We as adults get sore throats. That pain is from inflammation. What about joint discomfort? If you have any type of joint issues and pain, a lot of that comes from inflammation. It comes from inflammation in the body. But inflammation is actually involved so much deeper than just a bug bite or just joint pain or, just a sore throat. Inflammation is actually linked to so many diseases, more diseases that we can even imagine, which is, if you do the research, you will understand and you will see what I'm talking about. So I've been reading this book. If you guys like for me, I have an interest in this because, I like to see how I can prevent and take care of the body. I do this with my kids. We do preventative medicine through plant-based oils. But I've been reading this book that's called The Brain Maker. It is incredibly insane. There's so much science. And so a lot of the stuff that I'm talking to you about, I've learned in this book. And I just wanted to bring this education to you. So if you have any family members that are battling any type of inflammation issues, any type of diseases that are linked to inflammation, share this out because I'm going to give some tips on things that they can easily just add into their eating regimen that can help them act as anti-inflammatory, types of, food that can help them. But, so inflammation, like I said, inflammation comes in and it's kind of like a process in the body to help fight. Inflammation, like I said, when you get a bug bite, it's going to get inflamed. It has its purpose and it's to fight out that infection and to work on healing that process. But the problem is our bodies are so inflamed with no real purpose. We have inflammation going through our entire system with no purpose. So it's residing in us for no reason, and this is where it starts to cause illnesses. So if you look up what diseases are linked to, what ailments are linked to inflammation, you're going to find that there's so much research on cancer, depression, diabetes, obesity, autism, arthritis, asthma, and one of the big ones that I've been really looking into is Alzheimer's. And the reason I've been looking into this for Alzheimer's is I want you guys to drop a 4 below if you have parents that are starting to age. My parents are still really young. They're still 55, maybe 54. So my parents are still really young, but I start to think about Alzheimer's. I've seen others that they have been affected and they've had parents affected by Alzheimer's, and it scares me to death because I don't want to see my parents go through that. I don't want to have to struggle with that in the years to come. But Alzheimer's, one of the biggest things that is linked to, if you do your research or even read the book The Brain Maker, it's inflammation in the body, long-lived inflammation that's not treated, that's not taken care of, and that's just, like I said, it is your flesh burning up on the inside. Now, there's a crazy fact that I wanted to share with you guys about inflammation. Not only is it scary that it's linked to all of these deadly diseases and these diseases that just rip through the body and destroy the body and destroy our quality of life, but inflammation, I have this written down, so let me explain this to you. Sorry, my camera's bouncing. So inflammation. So our brain signals to us when there's pain and inflammation in the body. A sprained ankle, if we hurt our knee, if we pull a muscle, inflammation goes to those areas and our brain signals that pain. Our brain signals that inflammation, but the brain itself does not have any pain receptors. So when the brain is on fire, when the brain has inflammation, there's no signal. There's no signal that the brain is burning. And I talk about this because a lot of people don't think about how inflammation attacks the brain in so many ways. And so inflammation a lot of the times starts with not having a healthy gut, not having a healthy digestive system. And so this is one tip that you can start with. If you have inflammation in any areas of your body, if you have friends and family, remember, share this out. Let people see that there's some easy ways that they can take care of any type of inflammatory issues within their body without having to deal with the pharmaceutical-based intervention. Let's work on ourselves and let's do it through preventative maintenance, through preventative medicine. So there's different inflammatory foods that we can use to help our body with breaking down the inflammation. And there's also some really good products out there that you can use that help with good gut flora, which is also in turn going to help with breaking down the inflammatory processes. So here's good foods. And if you guys want, you can comment below and I can send a list over to you of different foods that you can add into your eating regimen. But good nuts. If you add nuts into your diet, those are really good anti-inflammatory products or foods. Any greens, any leafy greens. I actually use a product that has like all of your greens, all of your spirulina, your oh my gosh, your spinach, all of that different stuff. I have a product that I just add a scoop of that into my shake to make sure I'm getting extra greens in. Good fats, so like from olive oil, avocado. Start cooking with good fats and incorporating more good fats into your regimen. I already said nuts. Good fish. Eat more fish. Decrease the red meat. Red meat is it's a really big contributor to inflammation. Dairy is a really big contributor to inflammation because of the way all of this is. It's just hard for the body to digest. So you can do green tea, eat more fish. Herbs and spices, there's actually a really good list of herbs and spices that you can start cooking with that have a natural anti-inflammatory process, characteristics in it that's going to help your body break down that inflammation. And then there's actually 3 products that I use consistently because I know with me, I run a lot, so I break my muscles down and then my muscles repair back up. In that process of breaking my muscles down from running, from lifting, from working out, inflammation sets in. It's just a common fact. It's what's going to happen. So I actually use a sport collagen. This collagen, it's a liquid collagen to where my body is it's bioavailable. My body absorbs it and utilizes it versus digesting it in the stomach with the acids and breaking it down. But the sport collagen actually has a lot of phytonutrients, a lot of superfruits. So that is something you can look into a collagen like that. If you're interested in the one that I use, feel free to hit me up, but you can also do it through whole foods, through whole superfruits. A lot of berries are antioxidants, but I use a sport collagen so that I will get all of those superfruits in one shot, and it's also going to give me all my BCAAs, which is going to help with my muscle recovery. I use a green powder that I drop in my shake. It gives me, I told you, all of my leafy greens, and then I also use a product that is specifically designed to help your body with fighting against and breaking down any inflammation in the body. But so here's my tips. Drink plenty of water. Stay away from your fake sugars, your sugar-free, your fat-free, any types of foods or drinks, because those are going to have fake ingredients in it. They're going to have other ingredients that are harmful to the body, which is going to end up causing inflammation. The list that I gave you of the foods, this is what I did with my parents because I'm for some reason the last few months I've been very concerned about my parents. They're not that old, but I don't want to in 15 years going to a nursing home and my parents don't remember who I am because of Alzheimer's, which is linked to inflammation. My parents are already very prone to it. They're not the healthiest. So one of the things that I did is I asked my parents to take the list that I sent them of the foods and to take 3 a day. Include 3 of those foods into their daily regimen. Add more berries, add more nuts, eat more fish, drop the red meat. Because I want my parents, they're at that age where they need to be they really have to take better care of themselves. But I'm all about preventative maintenance versus pharmaceuticals. We don't use medications in the home. I take care of my kids all through oils, through plant-based oils. We always use like honey, different things that are non-GMO, organic, that are good for the body. But I come to you guys to tell you guys this is all about preventative maintenance, preventative medicine. There's many different things out there that you can do to help cut down the inflammation. Inflammation can also cause foggy brain. It can cause not having a good memory. Inflammation also can cause issues with lack of energy. Inflammation is the main contributor that is linked to a huge variety of diseases. So I come to you as your pattern disruptor and your fearless female visionary to give you these tips on how you can break down the inflammation in the body and be able to have more quality of life. So change some of the foods that you have into your regimen and start looking for some good supplements that you can add in because obviously with all of our foods, a lot of them are losing their nutrients, and it starts way back at soil degradation when they're being grown. The things that I use, if you guys want to know what I use in order to break down the inflammation, like I said, I create a lot of it. I create a lot of it through my working out, so I supplement with it because I don't want to just take in through foods and hope that it's going to work. Reach out. I could tell you all about the collagen and the 2 other products that give me all of my leafy greens and break down the inflammation. So this is Dixie coming to you to tell you, quit chasing the cow because it got out of the barn door. I want you to spend more time, more resources, more research on keeping the barn door closed in the first place. And then you won't have to chase that cow. So you guys, preventative medicine is how we at the grassroots level can take control of this and take control of your health. I hope you guys all have a beautiful Saturday. Once again, make sure you show me some love, share this out so that your friends and family can all get some tips on how to protect themselves from inflammation, achieve a better gut health, and actually a better quality of life. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on my Daily Dose of Dixie.